Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about karate and its effectiveness in combat sports as a self-defense system and all around as a fighting art. I'm going to say it, karate sucks. But wait, does karate suck? Or is it the way that people train karate sucks? I think in order to answer this question, we need to kind of define what is karate in this context. I've come up with this sort of a high level overview about what karate is, right? We have the art form, we have the sport, and then we have something that's a bit more full contact or combat orientated, right? So let's call it the combat art of karate. So when we're looking at karate as a combat system, if it's trained like any other full contact martial art, boxing or wrestling or MMA, against live resistance, not a dummy, not a robot, but live resistance, and perhaps karate can most definitely be effective. And we've seen this with the likes of Lyoto Machida, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. Now, going back to point number 2, when I spoke about sport karate, and I said some good points, they can actually translate into full contact. So, number 1, karate fighters are good, or from my experience when I did point fighting, something we learned to do well was closing the distance in a short period of time. So closing the distance, darting in and out, and striking when your opponent counter strikes, getting out of the line of fire, and doing that effectively and consistently. Also, you kind of avoid damage to a degree. Work, move, dart in, strike, dart out, avoid the counter punch. And that is something that can actually work with karate. I found that, right? So how should we, or you, or anyone train karate if they want to test it as being effective, right? Point number 1, I did say, you gotta train and train against live resistance. That means a lot of sparring, a lot of experimentation, a lot of sparring. If it's not gonna work against a live human being who's not a robot, who's not told to just do 1, 2, and 3, who can do 5 and 6, and perhaps it's not going to work in a fight, or the chances are slim. What it really comes down to is placing yourself in unfamiliar situations, whether it's sparring with a kickboxer or sparring 3-minute or 2-minute rounds in a kickboxing rule set, or doing MMA sparring, and applying those techniques, learning to adjust your footwork, learning to adjust your stances, understanding when to keep your hands up and when to drop your hands, understanding how to pace your shots. So when you dart in and you use that initial strike, and then the fight's not going to stop. So understanding how to get out how to continue fighting, how to continuously pose a threat or defend, and that's only going to come with constant sparring. And say sparring, continuous sparring, and experimentation. So you find that you may find like a lot of your kicks may work, like a side thrust kick or a spinning heel kick. If is karate effective? Again, it can be effective. It depends on you as an individual. Do you want it to be effective? Then make it work. But you gotta break away from all the traditional mess. When I say traditional mess, the mind control culture of no, listen to your sensei and stick to your dojo and do one thing. You have to broaden your horizons. You have to expose yourself and be vulnerable in the sense that put yourself in unfamiliar situations and spar as many people you can. Obviously in a controlled, safe environment, in an official gym. You don't have to compete in MMA. You don't have to go and fight in the streets. But it's important to train against live resistance. If you're not training against live resistance, forget karate ever being effective. Forget it. Anything. Heck, if you're not doing live resistance for any martial art, it's never going to be effective. And to conclude, really, again, karate probably only sucks if you're not training for a particular purpose in mind. And I've said this before. I've said this for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in a previous video. It all comes down to what are you training for and how are you training for it. If you want to be able to use your karate in a real life situation, you got to be training for that. And if you want to be using your karate for for fitness and mastering forms and getting into the whole history and the traditional side of it, then sure, that's cool too. But you need to understand that that is not necessarily relevant to actual hand-to-hand combat, at least not in this day and age. So there you have it, guys. That's my little breakdown about karate and its effectiveness as a combat system. I hope you liked this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and all those things that people say in every other YouTube video. Same here. Like, subscribe. See you next time. Bye.